It's Friday, it's the weekly review. Over the weekend, day-ahead prices fell to zero on 2 occasions, following the pattern from last week. Then over the week, there was a steady increase in demand. This, alongside a dip in wind generation, saw average prices increase, but spread prices fall. In fact, wind generation fell to just 2.6 gigawatts on Monday the 16th, the lowest wind generation of the year so far. In low-frequency dynamic containment, we saw volumes drop this week, but prices were up from last week, thanks to a few price peaks across the week. Dynamic regulation high saw an increase in average bid price despite a rise in bidded volume. Driven by those price peaks we just mentioned, DRH prices hit £40 per megawatt per hour on Monday. You can see the effects of all of this in our market benchmarks, with increases in dynamic containment and dynamic regulation revenues and a dip in revenues from day-ahead trading this week. This wasn't enough to topple firm frequency response, and January's healthy FFR revenues see the service maintain its place at the top of the pile. The cold weather is set to continue throughout the weekend. Alongside expected lower wind generation, this could leave us with negative surplus. Wait, if surplus means excess, how can you get negative surplus? Anyway, it's worth noting that similar conditions this week did not result in any major price increase. In other news, Statkraft have delivered the first forward trade for a battery asset in Great Britain on behalf of Statera's Creaky Beck. In forward trades, the sale or purchase of power is agreed in advance of delivery, locking in the buy and sell prices for the foreseeable. Until now, batteries have largely plied their trade in day-ahead and intraday markets, so it'll be interesting to see if other battery owners and operators choose to adopt a similar strategy anytime soon. And lastly, our chart of the week. This focuses on interconnector activity. Since the beginning of the year, a pattern has been emerging, with Great Britain's interconnectors consistently exporting up to 4 gigawatts in the early morning when demand is low due to our high levels of wind generation. However, into late morning and through the afternoon, we're importing up to 5 gigawatts, a return to the sorts of levels we were used to seeing prior to last summer's energy scare, and driven by the return of a large proportion of France's nuclear fleet. There was a maximum within-day swing of 8.9 gigawatts on the 7th of Jan, the highest we've ever seen. That's it for this week. From all of us here at Modo, you stay classy, San Diego.